Virus pandemic slowed down the world. They decided to go ahead and make things official, even in the throes of a global health emergency. As we enter year 2 of the coronavirus pandemic, we take a look at relationships. Social distancing and physical restrictions are posing challenges to all kinds of relationships. Married, dating, single, and complicated entanglements, we're all navigating the nuances of this new normal. In this show, we bring you the stories of people confronting the reality of relationships in a pandemic.
I pronounce that they are man and wife in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the blessed Holy Spirit.
2 weeks prior to the wedding date, we got the lockdown and we were in strict measures for 10, and we had to cut this and call everybody and send back out messages and hear all the sympathies from everybody. Some people even wanted us to put it off. Some people wanted us to say no, hold on until. And then of course our parents, being the parents, they are godly parents, told us, no, do the right thing. This is your day set, follow it. You, your wife, and God. That is the 3 people you're marrying. All right? Focus on that. I didn't have my brethren around. Right? You didn't have your close friends. You didn't have some of your family members. It was a hard 10 people to select, which was really brothers, sisters, mom and dads. All right? We had our wedding coordinator. She was everything that we needed for that weekend, that week, that 2 weeks, that entire month of planning. Becky was coordinator, DJ, wine person, lights person, everything that we needed. So yeah, it was challenging, but I think everything came off really well at the end of the day, and we wouldn't have wished for a better day.
As well as something that people don't look for is a honeymoon. Our honeymoon was significantly impacted because our borders are closed, so we couldn't go anywhere. I am Jerusha, and I'm a full-time housewife.
Hi, I'm Brandon, I'm a salesman.
I was significantly devastated. As a bride, you know, you imagine your wedding from a child, growing up, where you would want to have it, how you would want, who you would want it to be there as well. And, you know, to have to change plans, constantly change plans, to adhere to protocols and everything. It was an emotional roller coaster. That is how I would best describe it. And it's not something that you want any bride to go through. But, you know, having the support of my husband, my parents, my siblings, and, you know, really trusting God through that time, through that period for everything, really held me.
Yeah, so being the husband, yes, I mean, I was working through everything too. Down to the last week, I was still at work doing my responsibilities. And the most I could have done was be there for her, pray for her, comfort her when I might come home and she looking like she ready to pull out she hair. The most I could have done, yes. I was stressed to the point as like, we planning this, and then boom, we shut down. Like, Kitos, what are you doing? But it's like, I mean, it comes back to the situation. We understand, but it really came back to the 10 core people that were there that we were still blessed to have there. I mean, it's at least it wasn't 5. It was still 10 people that were close to our hearts, the closest to our hearts, and they were able to come and enjoy this special moment with us.
If it's the person that you love, if it's what you both want to do, get married. Because time is something that we don't have. We often take it for granted. Every day, young and old die. We see it happening. Things, sick, healthy people, they die. And, you know, your marriage is just between you, your spouse, and God, no one else.
Groom, you can now kiss the bride.
Now, weddings themselves tend to be one of the more glamorous and one of the more stressful events in a couple's life. Getting married in a pandemic, however, is a double-edged sword. Meet wedding coordinator Rebekah.
From my experience during the pandemic, the weddings are definitely more intimate, especially with the family support, and then seeing the couple at how close they are becoming over time as I meet with them month after month. And then there is definitely with less people at the wedding, you see more love displayed and expressed. Hi, I'm Rebekah Fuentes, co-owner of Melinda's Events and Designs, and I've been doing weddings for about 2 decades now, 100 plus weddings. For certain parts of the program, when you know you're looking for that crowd reaction, when you have your first, when you're cutting the cake, when you have your first kiss, you're waiting for that uproar from family and friends. But not having that, you have 10 people, 20 people trying to shout and trying to give them that encouragement and that celebrative response that you would expect from a larger crowd. I always look at the support, again, that comes from even the vendors that are helping for the wedding. They give more than what they normally would have. So you find during COVID, people are a lot more caring, a lot more compassionate, because they understand what the couple has gone through over the past few months, and to even reach to that day, to have that wedding. Love is something that you commit to before wedding, and don't let the wedding day steal that joy and that excitement for you. It is a sign of you're committed to this person.
The thing is, even with less than 10 or 20 people, costs can still add up. And financial stress is one of the things challenging many couples world over, especially with the economic slowdown produced in this pandemic. Therapists say even the healthiest, most well-adjusted people are facing new levels of uncertainty and anxiety. Now meet Carl. He's been married for 17 years. He's had quite a life and he's learned many lessons.
COVID is a new norm, and in our way, COVID have a lot of positives that we have to try to acknowledge. In that, it brings you closer to your family. You see what's really important in life. Life is not just about material things. I mean, you need a certain amount of material things to survive and have an acceptable standard of living. But sometimes you go beyond, your ego gets in play, and you try, instead of buying a decent car, you want to buy the biggest BMW or Mercedes when it's taking you the same place. And the opportunity cost of getting the additional luxuries most of the time is your family life, which you cannot put a price on. My son was killed last year. He was murdered. I spent the last minutes of his life with him, and I will always cherish that. No amount of money could take that away. So like right now, me and my wife, we like ATVs, we like the outdoors. So you find with the reduction in business and income, we're doing more family thing. We're going on, we're going on hikes and all them things. Pre-COVID, I had no time for that. My name is Carl Houghton. I'm the owner of Nia Valley, which is a special events facility. I'm married for the past 17 years to Joanne Houghton. The thing with relationships, it have love and lust. Some people are in relationships for all the wrong reasons. So COVID now is the test to see if you were in the relationship for all the right reasons. Likewise, if you was with if a woman or a man was with either one because of the material things. COVID come on the scene now. She can't go by the hairdresser every weekend. She can't do she nails. She can't do this. That pressure on you. You have to find that money for she, because that is why she come into the relationship. If she came into the relationship because she truly loved you and she truly wanted to go down the road of sacrifice to build with you, whatever you have built so far, COVID eroding that. She would stand with you then and weather the storm, get in survival mode. She would know here what I can't be going by the hairdresser, I can't be doing this, because she was in the relationship for the right reasons. So most of the relationships that under tremendous pressure is because the relationship wasn't supposed to be in the beginning.
Up next, we take a look at what it's like dating in a pandemic. And later, what happens when relationships go terribly wrong. Domestic violence reports are up. All of these stories up next.